Florida. He was a very highly ranked high school junior tennis player. Switched over to pickleball. Madonia was pretty highly ranked coming out of high school. He was the #3 tennis recruit in the nation. He's a 2-time state high school doubles champion in tennis. So obviously going to bring a lot of tennis skills here.
I had Goldin's match yesterday in singles, and man, does he bring the heat.
Oh,
this guy's got an unbelievable serve, which you're going to see in a second here. Great return. Look at that. So what you're going to see in this match is as the points progress and the longer the rally goes, the more advantage I give to Fed and the H-man. You're going to see Steven and Goldin try to speed the ball up just like that and look for opportunities to attack even from below the net off the bounce gem. So that's going to be something to watch as this match progresses.
I think you're spot on. I think this is kind of the classic tennis player versus pickleball player match. I'd expect Goldin and Madonia to drive just about everything, and I think if their best strategy is just attack, attack, attack. I don't think they want to get into long dink points with Staksrud and Patriquin.
The thing about Fed and H, don't think that strategy is going to be effective against players like Fed and H.
I don't either, but what's the alternative? You know, the alternative is try to play these long points like this, and I think there's even less chance. It's sort of like playing against, you know, Colin and Ben. You got to try controlled chaos. Playing when you're players of Goldin and Madonia's level. I think you got to go for chaos.
Boy, H is getting a lot more pop off this new Franklin paddle that he was telling me before the match that he loves. And he feels like he has great control over it as well. And he has such great hands. The guy can create incredible shots and opportunities for himself and his partner, even off the bounce gym from way below the net. And it's very impressive. One of my favorite players to watch.
Oh, absolutely.
I think he's still underrated even after you know, the success he's had. And if you watch him play, it doesn't matter who his mixed partner is, who his men's partner is. He excels with all different partnerships and different styles of partners. And that's one thing that I really try to look at as an analyst in the pickleball world is how do players do with different partners and different styles and different chemistry and different personalities. And he's very good at making adjustments. And there is what we're talking about with the firepower that Goldin and Steven can bring.
That was a rip. Hayden just kind of give him a look too. I don't think Hayden was a big fan. It was a perfectly valid shot by Goldin. Got it.
All right, so we'll have a side out here. 3-3, tied up in the early stages of game one. And no surprise that Goldin and Madonia bringing the heat, bringing the fire. And this is what they're going to have to do to have any chance, in my opinion, of victory here on the grandstand court.
Staksrud and Patriquin obviously have a lot of power too. So they're not going to, I don't think they're going to mind too much having the ball fired at them. I think they're going to come firing it right back. But then throw in those shots. That'll be the difference. You know, that's a beautiful two-hand roll drop from Patriquin. I don't think you're going to see that shot from Madonia.
And you see what the wind did to that ball. It just didn't even bounce. A little embarrassing to Goldin, and with that, they will have a
type of point. Whereas Goldin and Madonia, when you look at them, are more one-dimensional. You know what you're going to get from them. When Patriquin or Staksrud lining up a third shot, you don't know whether you're going to get a nice topspin roll. You don't know if you're going to get a power drive because they're equally good at both.
And you can see one of the strategies is that when Fed gets the third ball, he's driving it middle or inside out cross court, and that sets up Hayden for the poach, which he's so good at finishing with that backhand volley.
I mean, right there was a perfectly good example of their talent, because they started out with a power third and then a nice drop roll cross court by Staksrud, backhand fifth, changing from power to the soft stuff.
Yeah, that Fed just loves that backhand flick.
Yeah.
Even from below the net, he can create a lot of damage and a lot of opportunities with that flick, and he's long and he's got amazing hands. We all know what an incredible singles player Fed is, but I still think he's underrated on the doubles side. Was watching him earlier today in mixed doubles. He and Catherine Parento were playing Lena and Tyler Loong, and 1 and 2 games, but it was excellent points. And Fed playing fantastic right now, and of course still alive on the singles side as well. Yeah, that's not going to work against these guys.
Yeah. So, sort of what we saw in the last match, the women's doubles match, where you have the experienced pickleball players against the newer players coming from tennis. Same sort of thing.
Yeah, if you're going to speed it up down the middle to the Fed forehand, you better get that ball below the net, or you're going to pay a steep price. Oh, he got the ball he wanted. I think he was surprised that he got that high forehand.
Yeah, Patriquin and Staksrud much better at getting the ball down at their opponent's feet.
Fed laughing at himself, knowing what an easy opportunity that was. Oh, I thought he ripped that.
No, that's the patience. He'll get another opportunity in a moment, I'll bet. That's a good reset from Madonia that time.
Just missed the inside-out backhand. I like the look, though.
Second serve.
So if we get a second serve here, trying to make a run here and get back in this game at 3-10-2.
Boy, Goldin trying to rip it from about 3 feet behind the baseline into the wind. That's not going to work. Staksrud just almost with disdain. Just
I mean, Goldin got a lot on that ball, and it was just right to Fed's paddle where he's sitting on his backhand.
Yeah, that was, he swatted that like a fly.
That was a sick drop. And there you have it, an easy game 1 victory for the H-man and the Fed man, and they will take a...
I invited Jim Kloss and Dave Weinbach. We're starting here with game 2 action in men's doubles.
Fed getting a little bit ambitious there, even for him.
1-0-2.
I'm interested to see Goldin serve downwind now.
Pretty dirty, actually.
Yeah, it's big.
Side out. 0-1-1.
I think it was Donald Young who he played yesterday on this court in singles, and Young handled his serve like it was nothing.
I tell you, Donald Young is making strides. People talk about Jack Sock coming over from tennis and the big news, and obviously that is big news. It's a lot of fun to watch Jack Sock. But Donald Young is the one who I think is making more progress as a pickleball player.
Come on. Side out.
I think Donald Young is somebody to watch out for as the season goes on.
Yeah, really good speed up there by Steve down the line, and H countered it well, but Steve was ready.
1-0-1.
Excellent volley. So they're on the board here, game 2 at 1-0-1. Wow, you can see what has made this guy such an incredible tennis player. The ground strokes on the baseline on both sides, backhand and forehand, are phenomenal. Great serve.
I think it was just a tad deep. But this is the game for Madonia and Grayson Goldin, going downhill, downwind.
2-0-2.
Just fire, fire, fire. Just pound away. That's a nice drop, though. Ooh, ATP covered. Just didn't get it over.
Yeah, Madonia's got to be a little careful of that sharp of an angle, because with these players, Jim, it's just too easy to go around the post. So you got to be careful. You don't want to give people what I call crazy angles on these dinks.
Well, that again is probably the inexperience with pickleball. You don't see ATPs too often in tennis.
Great get there by Steven. Yeah, that's a tough position for Goldin to be in that. Excellent shot there by Fed.
Yeah, well, I think Goldin's backing up because he sees the ball's left a little high. He's trying to give himself a little more time to react. But the downside, of course, you give yourself a little more time to react, but you're opening up your feet. So if you can do it, you want to toe that line and just handle the power. Easier said than done, of course.
Second serve.
Grayson got his money's worth on that shot.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. 2-2-2. Nope. Side out.
In a good look there
2-2-1.
by H on that forehand attack. Just gave it a little bit too much energy.
Second serve.
I don't know if the audience can hear it at home, but Hayden's got that new Franklin paddle that has, you know, an interesting pop sound to it.
Yeah, he said he's getting a lot more power off this version than the previous version.
Yeah.
2-2-1.
Very happy with it, but he said he can control it really well as well, and that's such a key, Jim. When you're looking at a paddle, when you're evaluating paddles, folks, you want to find the perfect balance in your game for power and sensitivity or control. It's not just about power.
Although power's a lot of fun. Cute little Ernie there from Staksrud. He was trying it, but the ball was very close to the top of the net, so he couldn't do much with it.
And H got the ball he wanted and just mishit it off that Franklin frame. It just sails long. H didn't see it, but Fed correctly calls that long. Just missed it. Really like the move and the activity there from Goldin. Trying to shake things up and make it happen, which is what they have to do to have any chance in this match. Is they have to play what I call a little bit of uncharacteristic classic pickleball.
3-2-2.
So 3-2-2. That's a great attack there by H, and Goldin still almost handles it.
I'm here. 2-3-1.
Very impressed with Goldin's athletic ability. Got a chance to watch him play a couple of singles matches this week.
Second serve.
Good stuff here. Let's go.
He's got an extremely bright future in this game.
Point.
I think the difference in a lot of these players, Dave, is the quote Trump for a moment, girl baby drill, I think is the difference. You have Dong is a really good example of a player who's sort of like a Goldin, where he starts out as a great singles player, but then Gong known as probably the person who drills and practices more than anybody. And so now he's developed much more of a doubles game. But I think it's drill, baby, drill is the way you got there.
Yeah, when Madonia figures out the soft game with the dinks and the drops and the resets, he is going to have a very bright future. One of the things that he's got to work on with his dinks is he takes a really long backswing, just like he does on his ground strokes. And I think he needs to get a little bit of a shorter backswing on shots from the kitchen line, where your opponent's constantly going to be taking time away from you.
5-3-2.
So there's another freebie, and that gets him to.
When I actually asked Hayden about that, and he said, well, he's playing one with Ben, but that's about it.
Yep.
And he's going to stick with Fetty. They got a darn good thing going.
Nope.
I mean, they are the #1 team right now.
Here we go.
I don't think there's any real debate about that. The last 3 times they played together, they won. So they are the #1 team to beat.
And there's another example of Fed driving that third ball inside out cross court, creating that volley down the middle where H poaching, sitting hard backhand.
We've got a lost ball under the commentator desk. I haven't found it. You know, credit to Hayden for choosing to play right side. You know, a lot of players are a little reluctant to play right side. He's playing right side and playing sort of the new style right side, aggressive play on the right side.
Yep, very, very, very capable. He prefers the left, but certainly extremely capable on the right side. In fact, in my opinion, one of the best right side players we have in the men's pro game.
No, absolutely. It's not talked about very much. You know, Tardio gets talked a lot about on the right side, and deservedly so.
Yep.
But don't sleep on Hayden on that right side.
You know, and by the way, Tardio's a pretty good left side player too.
Yeah.
When I watch him and play mixed, he is an excellent left side player as well. I like H's activity. What I mean by that is his movement at the line and his footwork. He can create a lot of ground, even though he's a slender guy. He's got longer arms than people think. Creates a lot of havoc.
Yeah,
Right on cue.
Yeah, look where Hayden is. His left foot is on the center line.
I think he's listening to us, Jim.
Yeah, he's just shading middle and daring them to go down his line. And I mean, he's so quick, it's hard to poke it down his line and to any advantage.
So very quickly, they are at 9-3, 2 points away from moving on.
Those are just beautiful shots they're hitting. They make it look so easy. Yeah, just look at that whole point. I mean, just very simple controlled shots, nice little topspin, keeping the ball down, unattackable.
Yeah, excellent finish there by Fed on that backhand. So here we have match point, 10-3.
10-3-1.
And that's going to sail long, so an easy match for H and the Fed. Moving on here in the men's pro doubles draw.
That's